Hello and welcome to 705R Studio Instagram Live. Today is the 2nd of February. Happy Chinese New Year to everyone who celebrates it. I'm Stephanie Jennifer. You can find me on Instagram at halfpen_will_draw, and I will be joined shortly by Debbie and Susan. You can find them on Instagram. Debbie is tangle at tangle.pursuits and Susan is susanyo.czt. Hello everyone who's joining us live. Thank you so much for being here. Basically, these are just casual tangling sessions where we hang out and tangle together. If you'd like to draw along with us, get a tile and a pen. Can be any kind of tile and any kind of pen that you have. And we'll spend about an hour and a half tangling together. Debbie and Susan should be joining me soon. I'm trying to accept that. There we go. Trying to accept Debbie's invite. Unfortunately, it wasn't working just now, but here she is. Hi, Debbie.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we'll wait probably a little bit for Susan to join us. If you'd like to tangle along with us, as I was saying, you can take out a tile and a pen. These are just very casual tangling sessions where we tangle together. Yes, I can see in the live chat. Hello from Spain. Yeah, hello Gloria. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah. If you guys have any questions during the live session, you can put it in the chat box. If you're watching a recording of this, either on our Instagram or on our YouTube, you can always leave a comment under our video. We'd love to interact with you guys and answer any questions that you have. So yeah. While we wait for Susan to arrive, maybe she's held up. But today is the last week of the Fragment of Your Imagination Challenge 2022. It's week 5. Yeah, it's been a whole month of tangling. Debbie, are you glad that it's done with you?
Kind of.
Yeah, a little bittersweet kind of feeling, right? It's like, oh.
I think some people are not done yet though.
Yeah. I agree. I'm not done. I'm still working on a few last few times.
I've done it like 3 times.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I have one that's still a work in progress, and I'll probably show it later. But it's quite embarrassing because it's not even half done. But then again, I've done samples as well as the live shows. So I have those with me as well. And I'll bring them up in a bit.
Yeah, Susan is going to join us in just a second. I'm trying to accept her invite. Let's see. Unfortunately,
so I'm actually on standby to sort of like switch camera angles, because whenever someone joins the live show, the angle changes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of annoying that way, but I guess that's how they fit like 4 people in one live show. Is it 4 people?
4, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Steph, do you have the 5 project with you?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So I'll ask you about that later.
Oh my goodness. I can't accept Susan's. Okay, there we go. Here we are. Oh, Instagram being a little finicky today. I couldn't accept her request to join us. But here she is. Hi Susan.
Okay. Actually, the angle isn't so bad today as I thought it would be. Yeah. Yay. Okay. So should I just go right on and
please do.
The pile on my desk.
So the pile. It's not the tile, right? The pile.
Yeah, it's like the pile of tiles on my desk. Well, this is actually not my desk. This is actually my dining table. Occasionally you might see a cat pop up here and there, but this is also their space. So I have a stack of stuff on my desk. Let me just put this away for the moment. I'll show you guys in a bit. So I have with me the Zentangle primer. So the Zentangle primer volume 1. and a collection of reticle and fragments by Rick and Maria Thomas with contributors from cities over the world, all over the world. So the main resource for reticle and fragments is actually the Zentangle Primer Volume 1, and you can buy this off of zentangle.com. Well, before the primer was released, we didn't have the terminology that we do today. So we didn't have an understanding of reticle and fragments or how Rick and Maria understood them. And so the first introduction to reticle and fragments that most CZT have, as well as tanglers all over the world have, is probably the primer. So this is like the primary resource. So apt that they call it the primer, right? So it's like the primary resource. In the primer, you get to see square fragments, round fragments, and triangular fragments, right? And then, of course, in this other, this is a softbound book, so the primer is available. I'm not sure if the hardcover is still available, but that shows you how long I've been at CDT, because during my time, they only had the hardcover ones. So this is another resource. It kind of shows you how to put the bits, the fragments together, like the bitty little pieces, and form larger patterns. So wherever you see that they have the code going on, is actually in reference back to the primer codes. So just to quickly show you what I mean, each fragment actually corresponds to a code, like it has a letter as well as a number. So in my handout, okay, so let me just put this away for the moment. So in my handout, you will notice that, so we're already on page 5, but you would have noticed that some of the days, okay, this is like a very heavy binder. So if you can see, some of the days actually tell you which fragment that we're using. Can you see? Am I holding it right? So basically, for example, well is fragment V2, and V2 is found in the primer as V and then 2. So that's how they classify their fragments. I didn't come up with this language. So occasionally I get people asking, why do you call it fragment X7? Actually, I didn't call it fragment X7. It's from the primer. I'm just reinterpreting it and redrawing it into my handout for you guys. So for people who don't have the primer, this is where they go to for referencing the fragment of the day or the tangle of the day. I mean, some of the fragments are actually inspired by tangles, so it's kind of some of them can be used interchangeably between tangles and fragments. Does that make sense? So, for example, some of the fragments that you see here have links out to other people's tangles, and those are actually CZT tangles, tangles created by CZTs, and they've been very generous to sort of like contribute their creativity towards this free project that we are running. Of course, we try to have as many CZTs involved as we could, but because 2021 has not been easy on anyone, and I think most of our friends are having a little tougher than usual time, so I didn't want to sort of like put them, make it like a burden for them. So that was the last thing I wanted to do. So basically, I sort of like looked for stuff that was already available, and I sort of like curated it. So some of the fragments are purely from my imagination, like Chantara or Divis. Ivory is a new one, as well as Moonberry. So these are the newer ones. And then, of course, we have fan favorites like Naki by my friend Nadine. And, of course, the Ladybug by Xie. So today, we have the last 3 fragments because we've gone through quite a number of them. So we have the last 3 fragments. This is on week 5, the page. So let me try and maneuver this. And is this better, Steph? Can you see it better?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, trying not to break anything on my desk.
Susan disappeared.
Maybe it's her internet. Yeah, so we're gonna run through week 5 as well as some of the spare fragments here. So I have like 24 spare fragments at the back of the handout. I know some people ignore them completely. It's fine, but I just thought it might be fun to sort of throw some of them in today. See how you feel about them. Whether you are at a comfortable position to add them in or not, or try them on some other project that you are doing. That's fine as well. So let me just rotate back my binder. So today, I'm actually going to introduce the string a little bit quickly. I see Susan is back.
Yep.
So this is actually the main handout for FYIC. So you can see this is the main handout. And there are string proposals at the back of the handout that you can choose to use for any personal or non-commercial use. So these were contributed by CCTs as well. And then if you look at where my blog post is, there's also an Annex 1. So the Annex 1 actually basically adds to the main handout. It had to be a separate handout because Zentangle Inc. actually released Pangea and Murph much later. And therefore, if I had released the main handout, they would be, they were still under embargo at that moment, so we couldn't release them as CCTs. So we couldn't release the step-ups. So subsequently, we put in Annex 1. So if you go back to download Annex 1, it will actually show you the tangles, Pangea, and Murph. And Mer fragments, Mer as fragments. Let me just move it around again so you can see. So I've actually incorporated Mer into fragments. Okay, so bringing back my binder, you'll see that in Annex 1, we have a couple of templates for you guys as well. We're going to use Pangea as a string today. So you can actually borrow these ones of Annex 1 and sort of customize them to suit your liking, or you can create your own. For my piece today, I actually have a very hot pink piece. Very hot pink. Can you see the mica?
Yes.
So it's hot pink because our FYIC challenge is ending, and our Zenith Fiber fortnightly themes are coming back, as well as the weekly prompts. So the first fortnightly prompt is pink, and that's why it's pink.
Even though Debbie does not like pink.
Yeah, I'm not a fan, but we'll try. I know, right? Okay, I'm going to put my binder away. Steph, would you like to show them what materials you're using today?
Sure. So I had some tiles picked out, and it came down to a battle between this beautiful tile that Debbie gave to me the other day. It's very nice. You can see our CZTAE logo on the back. And she tinted this. Was this with Lindy's Magicals, Debbie? Or was this with the
I think so.
ink?
Yes. Oh, that's a Fabriano tile.
Yes, it is. So I thought that might be nice to draw on. But since you mentioned pink, like the other one was this handmade paper from the letterbox code that was very pre-tinted. You might have seen this last week in our previous Instagram live session where I taught gemstones. So I
why not
using
use
this.
that? Because it's pink. Yeah.
So
I
that might be a
had another
better
pink
choice.
piece, but I resolved to use this one because it's been in my sketchbook forever.
For too long, yes.
Yeah, so if you can see that I've actually punched holes in mine, right? It's because it actually lives in a sketchbook that I made. And then it's lived there so long that it's getting a bit wonky, so I decided to use it. Yeah. So Susan. Hi, Susan.
Hey.
Susan, today your feng shui different, huh? Where are you?
Yeah, because okay, due to some issues, then I have to change my feng shui.
Sure.
Oh, no.
So this is a very sudden location.
It's a new setup, yes.
Yeah, new setup, but very messy setup. Yes, I'm at home at one corner.
Oh dear.
Okay.
I'm curious about that.
No need to be curious about that.
Saturday. Yeah, we shall find out on Saturday.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, today I'm going to use I don't think this is a 5 tile. I think I can't remember what's the size, but I just cut it somewhere else. so I just grab it for today's drawing. Yeah.
I always feel like,
Steph, are you gonna demo the string? Haha.
I was going to mention, I always feel like other people draw Pangea much nicer than I do, but I'm trying my best. So Pangea is kind like Debbie shown in her handout for FYIC. It kind of looks like the spots on a giraffe. So they're not meant
Do
to.
you call them spots or patches?
Spots? Patches?
Patches?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Patches?
The markings. Yeah, markings.
The markings, yes.
Yeah, it sounds more professional.
Yeah. So they're not meant to look a certain way. There's no like right or wrong way to draw them. It's kind of just like a wobbly sort of block. And then you can make them more squarish, more triangle, more circle. It's up to
Steph, you
on...
cut out your audio, I think.
Oh, sorry. It's up to you on how you want to, draw them. They can be circular.
Are you on 4G?
Or square. Yeah, I am.
Oh, this will be my
I don't know.
side.
It's just been a week. Well, it is Chinese New Year still, so maybe a lot of people are on the network. I don't know. We always find ways to figure it out. Yeah, so Pangea by Zentangle Inc. Please don't copy my example exactly. It's just for reference. Yeah, and then we'll see how the rest of us create a string. I also have interestingly enough, when Pangea was just first published by Zentangle Inc., I actually thought it would be like a nice way to like fit it with other tangles. So this is the example that I did, and then basically I did Pangea in pencil first, and then I drew my tangles in ink, and then some tangles would go behind some parts, and then some other tangles will go in front of the Pangea. So it creates this sort of layered look to it. And you can see Zack over here sticking out. Yeah, so different ways to use Pangea. Some people use each individual patch as a space for a single tangle. So the tile becomes kind of like a tangle sampler. Yeah, so lots of fun ways to do it. You can lay down your Pangea string in pencil first if you want to create layers, or some people just use Pangea as they ink it in straight away, and then they sort of use each individual block as like a little section. Yeah, it's up to you on how you interpret the string prompt. Very free and easy. Yeah, and today's tangles, one of the first tangle that we're going to draw together is one of the little fragments in the FYIC 2022 handout. It features a ladybug fragment by Xie Naritomi. Yeah, Susan, would you like to demonstrate how to draw it?
Okay. So I will show the ladybug by Xie. So the original one, they actually start from a circle. Okay, just like the ladybug. Then maybe there's one stroke in the middle to cut them into a half. So what I will do is actually I will start from the middle with another little ops, then ink it with the black. Or maybe you want to leave a highlight spot, also can with a white. Then on the other side, just have a semicircle. Then the other end also. Okay. So you just imagine the ladybug, there's some black spot on the back. So in I saw from Xie, the Instagram is showcase that you can actually color this part as a red color, just like exactly like the ladybug. Yeah. So in other way, actually, you can try to this is I always like to do is that I will change the shape of the first stroke, maybe become an oval. So you can try to play around, although it seems that the ladybug, but I think that Zentangle, we always think about the abstract arts. So it is for us like to experiment it in different kind of shapes. then maybe you can have different kind of the result that come out. And you also can incorporate into our string today the Pangea, something like this one. So you just follow the what you call the rules. The rules means, okay, maybe break it into half, then have a little dot, semi-circle, or the circle. Yeah, so it's still the ladybug, just that because of the outline of it change, then it become like a different kind of elements. Yeah. So this is, I think, is something very, very interesting. Or you can even like maybe using your jelly roll to make it the eyes, the two dots. Yeah, if let's say you can try to, if let's say this is the head, you have two dots. Yeah. Then take some color to make it red. There's a ladybug. Okay.
Actually, it's good that the ladybug is red, and then it fits the sort of pinkish theme that we have.
Today I also prepare the Tombow brush pen, the gift from Stephanie. Yeah. Then you can take the red color like this. Okay. I think with the color it will make it very beautiful. And if you love the rainbow color, maybe you can have 7 ladybugs with all different color. Yeah. I think that one will be very nice. Okay. Oh, yeah, you can add some highlight also.
Some highlight. Oh, so cute.
Cute. But I think it is better that to let it dry totally, then put on the jelly roll. That would be nicer, because now my brush pen, the ink still a little bit wet. So this one also a tips for those who use a brush pen. You need to wait until it's very dry, then you can add in the highlight for the white. Yeah. Okay. So what next?
My fragment for today is the fragment featured for day 31. So it's the fragment E4 within the primer that we mentioned that one of the main resource was the Zentangle ink primer. So that is fragment E4. That says it looks like Zenith. So let me just draw it for you guys. Let me just find tile.
Does it not?
Let me think. How do I draw Zenith?
Does it not look like Zenith?
Yes,
I thought it does. Like just
yes.
a little fragment
Chop
out
it.
of it. Like like a bit of it. Not exactly, yeah.
So Zenith, if I recall correctly, starts off.
But it's also a bit of veils though.
Yeah, to me it resembles veils. Then you have this. Then you can add a little, and then you can embellish it more. But Zenith can stop here. You can stop here after this step. So it does have the look of Zenith. So basically, we cut it into a triangle, and then we added part of Zenith into this triangle fragment. So of course the obvious thing to do with a triangle fragment is to treat it like you would with tripoly, right? So you have these triangles. And then some of my students struggle with drawing really equilateral triangles when they draw tripoly. So I told them that you can actually make your triangles be wobbly. So then you don't have to try to make them look equal size or even equal shaped, because then they are wobbly triangles, and you can sort of free yourself from the mentality that, oh, if I don't draw my triangles looking the same, then my tangle is not nice. Yeah. So the other option that I thought of would be that it can be treated as a ribbon tangle. So you have it drawn along like a parallel line. Then you draw the zigzags in it. So that creates the triangles. And then you can choose to draw your triangle straight away, your fragment straight away inside here. You can also choose to add an aura to the inside of your little grid. So that's completely up to you. If you drew the fragment straight away, like Debbie said earlier on, it will give you that kind of Bales sort of look. Then there are, of course, many ways to embellish it. You can have lines inside of it. So, for example, I'm using this edge of my triangle as my guide. You can also embellish the leaves inside of it. So you can have a line and a dot. This one you would have to draw your leaves slightly wider because if they're too narrow, it's a bit difficult. And then, of course, you can embellish the little triangle shape inside of the fragment. It's not really a triangle, it's more of a diamond, isn't it? Yeah. And then you have 5 or 6 triangles together, and you have them sort of converge to the center point, and they kind of look like a floral sort of pattern. So that's fun too. Yeah. So that is fragment E4. Yeah. So Debbie, what is the last fragment that you're going to share?
Well, I wouldn't call it the last fragment because I'm going to show a bunch.
Okay.
Or a couple at least. We'll see how many I can manage. So Steph passed me a very nasty bug.
Yo.
So I met Steph last week. Last week? Last week. And then she was recovering from a flu bug. And then whenever Steph recovers from something, I get it like 10 times worse. So I've been really like fighting really hard, like taking all kinds of flu stuff to sort of prevent myself from falling sick because it's actually a very festive weekend or long weekend in Singapore. So it's the Chinese New Year. So Happy New Year to anyone who is celebrating Chinese New Year with us. I've put down fragment E4 as well as the ladybug bug. Ladybug? Yeah, the ladybug.
Ladybug bug.
I sort of like regret putting them in the same Pangea because now it looks like my bugs are running away from the thorny bushes. But well, we'll see what we can come up with. So I have with me a bunch of my notes again, and I think that I kind of conceptualized E4 as a square before I sort of sort it out. Can you see? Am I showing the right thing? Can you see, Steph? Because my iPad is lagging.
Yeah.
See. Yeah, so originally E4 was conceptualized as a square, and then we found out that it's kind of boring, or rather I found out it's kind of boring, and then that's how we ended up with E4 as a triangle. So a couple of other fragments that I really liked was this one, and I thought I will do that one today. I don't know what it's called actually. I came up with it. It could be I was trying to do Naki in like a different way, and then realized that actually Naki looks more fun in a seed. So I might do this one in a bit, as well as I like this one. This is like a orange slice or a lemon slice. Am I holding it right? Yeah. So this one. We'll see how it fits in, and then we'll see if there's space for like extras. So I'll just try out these two first, and if I have like more space, I will go on to more. So I'm going to leave this on my desk as I flip over to my blank space on the back just to do the demo. Okay, I'm kind of like trying not to be out of the screen, but if I accidentally sort of move down or move up and go out of the frame, please let me know, because the screen that I'm watching, which is my iPad, is kind of slow, so I see things much later. So I'm gonna start out with the basic shape, which is the round and the square. My square is a bit bigger than my round, but it's okay. Right, so I'm gonna do this one first, which is the one that I said I liked, right, with a bit of a naki. So I'm gonna start out with some lines that look like a V on one side of my circle, and then on the other side of my circle as well. And then working your way around. Oops, see, I missed out a side. So it's this way. Not to worry, nothing a good white gel pen can't hide. So this is how it looks like in a circle. And then of course in a square, which is what I originally thought it would look like. It was like kind of like a reverse way of drawing N. You know, like just the bit of the N. I don't know whether I'm making sense, but that's me having a toolbar for you. I don't make sense. Something like that. Okay, so you have this meta shape here that is kind of fun. So, you know, when you put them in a grid, or like pretend that, well, okay, I'm going to draw both ways, like that. So then you have this side coming out like that. Do you see what I mean? Hello?
When I
Is it
when
my
I draw
audio?
when I draw this, right, I need to ask myself to think of the 7, drawing the 7. Yeah, in order not to confuse myself. Yeah,
Why 7?
because
Number
don't know.
7. Yeah.
Number 7. Yeah.
Well, we can call this the number 7 fragment if you like.
Yo.
Yeah. I think it's a very fun way to draw, because you see how you flip the thing can give you like a mirror image or not.
Yeah.
And if you leave a gap, it looks like you went under. I don't know whether you know what I'm saying, but
Yeah.
I'll just pretend that you know what I'm saying. Okay, so the next one, I know, right? Yeah, okay, I'm struggling today because my brain is very slow. Yeah. So the next one is also a circular fragment. I think that there is a name for this fragment, but I can't seem to recall what it's called. Maybe Stephanie can help. I think it's nymph. Nymph? Or maybe I'm wrong. No, not nymph. Nymph is something else.
There's citrus. There's another tangle also.
Okay.
Yeah, but I know
So
what you mean.
basically,
Nymph is another one.
yeah, so basically your circle has triangular fragments in your circle. And then for the life of me, I couldn't think of what to write in the handout, so I omitted it because it sounds ridiculous. Like put like 6 circles inside six circles, 6 triangles. My goodness. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I'm just having one of those days. It's Stephanie's fault. Yeah.
Oh!
It is.
Maybe 你出去拜年 then kena.
No, it's you. I was sick after meeting you. Yeah.
So you need to take a lot of orange, lemon for the vitamin C.
No.
Yeah, I think I'm too young. So you can sort of put in like a bit of like petals inside to make it look like a citrus fruit. It's kind of fun if you change up the shape. So here's me trying to change up the shape. Please don't laugh at me. Yeah, so we have this running joke that I'm allergic to Stephanie.
Oh, very poor thing.
Yeah, every time I meet her, after she's being sick, right, I fall sicker. Yeah, so my joke is that I'm allergic to Stephanie. Yeah. Sometimes it's too real for me.
有难同当.
Yo.
Steph, translate. Translate.
We have to go through the the bad
Punches
times
together.
together.
This is the Chinese version of one for all and all for one or something like that. Yeah. Right. So I'm gonna use these fragments, but since I have time to demo, I think I'll demo one more. Let me see what else I included. I can't remember which one because these are my draft notes. Not all of them made it into the handout. even as the spares, you know. So I'm just checking it out just to make sure I got it right. Okay, I'm gonna do this one here with the circle and then like a diamond in the center, and then like for a moment I would call them seeds, but also like half circles around the sides. So I'm gonna demo this one quickly. Okay, round fragment again. So before FYIC was a thing, I had problems thinking in fragments, or rather, that sounds horrible. I had I know, right? Yeah, I had problems like conceptualizing. How about that? Fragments, because I hardly use them to begin with. I was certified way before they came on board, so I kind of never really had a good intro to fragments, and as a result, I didn't really use fragments until recently, which I thought was a waste. That's why we have fragments in this challenge. I think this fragment actually reminds me of one of Jodie Genolisa's tangles. I think it's called Forgiving. Am I right? Is that Forgiving? Yeah.
But it's like spelled like 4 with the number 4.
Yeah. Forgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think she does it this way though. Yeah, so it's kind of very different from hers as well. So I was thinking of claiming this one subsequently, but then I thought to myself, it's okay as long as it exists as a fragment, I guess. What are your thoughts? I mean, you can write to us and tell us, and we'll probably take you very seriously. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna play with this bunch. Feel free to swap out. So I'm talking about these ones. Let me just try not to break anything. I'm talking about these ones. These ones. No.
Cannot see.
These ones.
These ones. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
can.
These ones. Yeah. So these are found. Or maybe you should just refer to your handout so that I don't break like something, right? Yeah. Refer to your handout. It's safer for you and for me and for the camera as well. Refer your handout. You can pick tangles that you like, or just skip them and just swap them out to the ones that you do like if you don't like them. Going over to my tile again. So I've chosen to use a white pen. Okay, maybe I got the angle. Yeah, I did get the angle wrong. Okay, so I started Pangea off with a white pen immediately. I don't know whether I'll regret it later. I might, but I think today, of all days, my focus isn't very fantastic, so it's a good idea. Before I got on live today, I couldn't find my AirPods again, Steph.
No.
I know, right? Yeah.
Your
It's
AirPods
like
grow legs.
you know, I'm the person that doesn't lose anything until there's a live show.
Yes.
Yeah. So I went hunting for my AirPods, and I also lost my voice a little bit this morning. I just had a very
Cannot
raspy
find.
voice. Yeah, and the thing that sort of saved the day is that Boyer's anti-flu tea that she. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, so it's here. I can have it. I'm gonna show it to you guys. Yeah, this is the tea. Yeah, it comes from Fort St. John, Canada. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I run out though. Probably buy it off.
Message her again.
I know, right? Okay, so I am going to let me just refer back to yeah. So I'm just going to show you my E4 and then my ladybugs. I don't have the rest that I'm showing though because they are the extra ones. Okay, so you can still swap back into the 31 days if you like, or go with the ones that we're doing, or I'm doing as well. Or just ignore them completely. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Just ignore them if you don't like them. Okay, so before I get further engrossed with my towel, this is the part that Susan and Stephanie dislike.
I don't mind it.
You don't mind it?
I don't mind it.
Susan is being very quiet.
Yeah.
You concentrate.
Yeah, I concentrate
Don't
on
draw
creating
lah.
the ladybug.
Oh no.
It's not that hard, you know. Yeah. Okay. Are you guys ready to answer
Yeah.
questions?
Yes.
Or do you want like to talk about other things first or something?
No. Like what?
Well, Susan has a colony of ladybugs.
Colony of Olivia.
Yeah, colony of ladybugs.
I feel like I'm drawing like the soccer field, is it? Is it something like this?
Yo.
Or the some sports, the balls or
Soccer
kind of sports,
field?
is it
Football.
the football?
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Depending on where you are in the world.
I
I
don't
think
know.
it look like you know, at the ends, then they walk behind one after another. They
Ants?
look weird. Yeah. So the ladybug, the ladybug now walking one behind another, going somewhere, going picnic or
Okay, I
something.
don't know. Yeah.
Same
Okay, are we
direction,
ready to come
same
back
vision.
or no? I know, right? Yeah. Okay, are we ready to come back?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not a difficult question. Okay, I'm going to start. Right, so we are done with FYIC. We're basically wrapping up a very successful FYIC. So FYIC this year was downloaded over 5,000 times.
Whoa.
And
Whoa.
that's a major feat to us because we never thought that there would be such a high demand. Basically, we just create things, never knowing whether people will like them or not. But we create things because we like creating things. So my team and I are very thankful because we hit over 5,500. I don't have the exact number because we have different downloads, right? So we have like NX1, NX2, NX, the main one. So 3 files. But across the files, we have hit more than 5,500. I can't be specific. So because I think some of the CCTs have also shared the files with their students. So that is a conservative number, which is already very impressive to us. And we are so excited because, we never imagined that it would be so successful. And of course, some of you have made donations to us. You will receive a free tutorial in the form of a PDF as a thank you gift. So if you don't receive a PDF, it's probably on the way. I have some emails that I need to write today and I haven't gotten around to them. But if you don't receive them, for whatever reason, please let us know so that we can sort of check the email addresses that we have sent them to, because I know some people have, Susan is gone again. I know some people who have not received from us that have donated. So please let us know. It's not done on purpose. It's just that sometimes people sign up PayPal with a certain email and they donate through PayPal with a certain email, but then they don't check their inbox. So it helps us sort of like to double check the one that you are using. Right, so because Susan left, so my screen is a bit off. But I'm going to ask. So Steph is here, and then I'll ask her first,
discount.
and then I'll ask Susan in a bit when she's back.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully she comes back.
Steph,
Yes.
what was your favorite part of FYIC? If FYIC wasn't great for you, then what was your favorite part of January?
Throw away FYIC. So poor thing. No, yeah, I like FYIC. I like seeing the different interpretations with the same tangle. You know, especially some people, they really went out their way to like they look at the fragment, then they're like, how can I like draw this fragment differently? And then they drew in ways that I would never have thought about. I think I mentioned this before with like October. Like I run Inktober when I like a tangle. I'll put it into the
Inktober
list.
tangles, you mean?
Yeah, Inktober tangles, pardon.
You need to say the tangles because
Fair
if not,
enough.
people
Otherwise, it's the
will
main
get
event.
confused. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Because
anyways,
Inktober is a larger event, and then Inktober tangles is the Zentangle community version. Yeah, so we
Yeah,
try
so
to make it clear, yeah,
I
on our
always
end what it is.
I always say like, oh, it's because I include certain tangles because I want to see like how different people draw the tangle. So I thought that was a nice way to like see some tangles, some fragments that I enjoyed. I was like, oh, this is a nice fragment. And then on the day off, you see like different people posting different versions of it, and you're like, oh, it's so smart. I would never have thought to like draw it that way, and then you can add it to your tangle repertoire. So that's, I think, is my favorite part. It's people coming together, drawing the same thing, but drawing in different ways, and get to see all of the beautiful art that is created during the month of January for FYIC. Yeah. Oh, what's your favorite part?
My favorite part this year was that actually, I think if you guys had followed some of the earlier studio lives that we had, I was actually telling Steph and Susan that I'm not feeling it very much this year because, well, I had a really tough 2021, and so far I've not, well, actually 2020 was quite bad as well, right? But, well, yeah, well, so I've been trying to recover from a horrible time, personal, and all kinds of stuff that's been happening to us. So I wasn't really feeling FYIC this year because I felt like, oh man, it's like another thing to do, you know? Yeah, and at first it was really difficult to get going and to be going and to keep going. Does that make
Yo.
sense? So like,
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah.
know, right? It's like, it's like you're going against the grain.
Yeah.
Yeah, and therefore there's a struggle. So it was kind of like that for a while, especially with preparing the samples, preparing the handouts. And also, I think because the pandemic has gone on so long, everyone is so
Very
jaded.
jaded.
Everyone is so tired and jaded, and just one more thing feels like 10 more things, and then 10 more things feels like 1,000 more things, you know? So for me, it was a struggle, and I will admit that it was a struggle. In fact, I mean, I'm a very honest person, and I actually share my life with a lot of people that I've met through tangling. And I do tell them that, it's such a struggle to keep up. And don't be overwhelmed with the challenges because they're always there. You can stop and start and pick them up or not, right? So for me, I think the good part of FYIC was that somehow or rather I managed to stick it out or, stuck at it, right? So just went through everything. And to my surprise, I received a lot of notes from different people around the world. Some of them don't even speak English, and they are telling me that, FYIC is helping them get back on their feet, after losing their jobs, get back on their feet after having COVID, get back on their feet after losing a loved one, get back on their feet, just to do something mindful every day. So I'm surprised because I struggled so hard, and it was the last thing that I thought would be possible that people will actually want to participate in something like that. And also I also had a lot of people tell me that I just lost my job, and I was like in some form of depression or being very upset with myself. I wish that I had done something different, and then being able to afford stuff like go to classes for Zentangle, art classes basically. There's no budget for that. So a couple of them wrote to me to thank me for keeping FYIC free. And of course, I feel very moved because I've always felt that barriers to learning should be minimal, right? And therefore, inclusive. So it's been eye-opening for me in that sense because I didn't think that it would matter that much. And it was obviously taking a toll on me as well because I was so maxed out myself. But at the same time, I also feel refreshed. So I also feel refreshed because I think it has given me a chance to connect with a lot of other people that I've never talked to a lot of them before. Of course, those that are in our Facebook group, those that participate in our challenges have always supported us, and we are always very thankful. But some of these people I've never met, like I've never seen them prior to this. Does that make sense? So I've never heard from them before. So they are entirely new on my radar, and I'm surprised that it's touched so many people, and grown so big. I think we've lost Susan for good though.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
where she went. I'm
just
checking.
one of those
One
weird
of those
days.
Yes.
I know, right? Yeah. I'm actually mixing this Pangea with a tangle called NIPA, NIPA.
Nipa?
I don't know, it sounds horrible. NIPA.
Like
Yeah.
Shatak.
Well, but Shatak is a real person's name.
It's a real person's name,
So
fair enough.
yeah, so I won't. It's kind of like Holibao is someone's last name, so I wouldn't laugh at it though. It's kind of rude. Right. So this is Naipa, however you want to pronounce it, right? As well as Pangea. So the reason I'm doing Naipa here is because that Boyer's challenge, one of the prompts is Naipa. So I'm just multitasking. Yeah.
Oh no.
What's oh no?
Went a little beyond where I should have shaded. Sometimes your lines sort of get lost.
Okay, I'm like referring back because I forgot what I drew. Okay, I got it. Yeah, so bad at this, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna pretend this is like a tiny citrus.
Citrus. I didn't draw the citrus. Maybe I can do
Is
another
it called
color.
lime? Lime? Citrus. It's called citrus?
Oh, the tangle is called citrus, yeah.
Not lime?
No,
What's lime then?
I don't know. I've never heard of a tangle named Lime.
Really?
Watch the two of us struggle with tangle
Yeah,
names.
yeah.
So,
I
see?
this is why we say we've been teaching too long, right?
Yeah, even CCT struggle with tangle names. Don't worry. Don't feel bad about
There's
it.
just so many tangles out there. I can't even remember my own ones.
It's like Susan said, got too many children. Can't remember.
Yeah. Okay, this is becoming a very busy tile, and I don't know how I like it, but we'll see what we can do. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Susan. Oh dear.
不见了.
Yeah, I think we've lost
Ponteng.
her, you know.
Ponteng.
Yeah.
I've been trying to invite her, but she's not responding to the invite.
Right.
So
It's okay. She'll probably come in like later and then yeah. So my second question is a lot easier because I gave them time to prep for it this time around. What?
yeah, go on.
Yeah. So my second question is actually for everyone to show their FYIC collection. I say collection because some of us have several, and some of us have actually worked on the 5-tile project already. And some of us have more than one. So I say collections as a term, you know.
I like how some people like are very structured. Then they're like, okay, I'm going to like tint like 31 tiles, and I'm going to do it. Or like some people work like big, and then they have like one opus tile.
31 tiles?
Yeah, because one for each day, right?
Oh, okay.
Right. So it's like, I want
This
like
is a literal collection.
Yeah. Like I want all my tiles to be like regular size tile, and I want all of them to be like have like brownish hues as the background color. So they work in like a literal collection, you know, where like all the tiles have a cohesive theme, or some people like lay out like 9 tiles, 9 regular size tiles, and then they draw a continuous string that like can be linked back up together. Then they work
Like
a
an
little bit.
ensemble.
Yeah, correct. So that at the end of 31
Ensemble
days, they
tile.
have like these 9 tiles that you can put back together, and it's like very cohesive
I saw a
and nice.
very nice black one. I think it's by a Spanish tangle.
Yeah.
Yeah, a black one.
So I'm nowhere as cohesive. I tangle
All
everywhere.
consistent.
Fair enough.
Neither am I.
So,
Yeah, neither am I.
so
I think we're
here,
too spontaneous.
so here's my little collection. I'll go through the tiles. This was my first tile. Started off very simple. Zoom you guys in.
Can't see. Let me look at my. Okay. Yeah, it's good.
So this
My
was
iPad
done.
is still lagging.
This is done purely black ink and graphite pencil. I also did some cross hatching, so you can see in certain places there's very obvious cross hatching that was done. So I thought that was nice. So this is day 1 to day 3. It's a kind of very simple. And then this one was done on one of our live sessions. Which way is up? I think this way is up. This was
Is next week the 20th session?
the 20. I think so. Yeah, it should be. Why you want to do like
Very
this
fast.
celebratory?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Maybe. Have a guest
think about it.
sticker. Maybe. This one was the FYIC string. So an FYIC string is hidden somewhere. I think it was FYIC. Yeah. That's fine. And then this one was like a slightly larger piece. So I was Lindy's Gang Magicals in the background. I did like a random splotch. And then sort of did more linear tangles. And this one was quite cute. I don't think I've posted this online yet. So this was like focused on a triangle fragment. So you can see the inside. There's like triangular fragments. So that's quite fun. And then here's another FYIC string. Lindy's Gang Magicals for the background. I sort of just went along with it. This one was last week's Instagram live. Not much to say about it. You can watch the replay of it. Here's the
Well,
here's the
you know, you managed to choose the tiger colors, like tiger stripes and tiger colors,
yes.
and orange bronzes.
Yeah. So this is the Pangea string one. This was done like I think before FYC started because I was like thinking about like Pangea as like a string with other tangles because
Well,
everyone was pairing Pangea
if
with
you
her,
said
right?
yeah, if you say it was an FYC tile, I would believe because I can see Z
Yeah, correct. So actually Zack was tied in
and
later on.
says. Is that
Correct.
says?
No, it's
Yeah.
print Tom, so not Says. But
Oh.
yeah, I specifically added Zack during the
But it
challenge.
looks like says.
Yeah. Well, Says and print Tom can sort of lie, right? Say like, no, it is Says. Yeah, this one was also last week's Instagram live. Haven't finished this, but planning to do something with them. And then earlier this week, I did this last tile. So it was a splotch done with Lindy's Gang Magicals. And then I don't know whether you guys can see it, but I worked the fragments into the background, and then I used colored pencils to go over it. So it's kind of like Zen buttons, but it's also similar to Oswaldo's one of his classes for
It's like a
CZT
very
artifacts in
wonky.
detail.
It's like a
Very
very
wonky.
wonky button though.
Yeah, so I quite like the layered Aruka sort of look to it. Yeah, it gives it more dimension. So yeah, that's my little collection. I also have some tiles that are not completed at all. Like I started them, I didn't finish them, and pages in my sketchbook, but they're back at studio. I'm currently filming from home, so I don't have them to. I don't have them to show you in today's session. But yeah, I think I will still continue to like draw tangles,
Are you at home,
draw
Steph?
fragments. Yeah, I
Or at
am.
studio?
I'm at home. So my
Okay, so no
sketchbook
one's
one.
at studio today.
Yo.
so much for having an open studio.
Well, we can open our house,
Yeah.
the studio. Yeah. So yeah, I think I will still continue like to work with different fragments that were featured in the FYIC 2022 handout. It's just that, you know, I will probably just like slip them into different tiles here and there, just quietly.
Let me try and zoom out the
As we
camera
enter
while I'm
into February.
talking.
Yeah.
I'm just afraid to undo the entire thing, you know, because
Yes.
having a bad tech day like is really
Well,
real.
not as bad as
Every
Susan.
Wednesday,
Poor
man.
Susan.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess you guys have seen my samples, so I'm not going to go through them. But it nearly killed me to prepare these samples. I think Steph will tell you that she and Susan had to kind of like help me after a while because I was so, I think I kind of like almost burned myself out trying to, I don't know why though, because the actual tangling area is not that large.
Big. Maybe it's
Right?
like repetitive. Maybe it's repetitive, like, oh, I have to do this
But they are
again.
different, right? The fragments are all
Oh,
different, right?
after a while, sometimes you stare at the thing for too long, then you very sian. This
Well,
again, I don't
well,
want that.
well. I have kept this. Oh, you're supposed to show them the FYIC project, right?
No, but I don't have. I have some tiles missing from it. So the story was wait,
Oh
let me
dear.
put down my
Okay,
pencil first.
so we actually have a 5 tile project. That's why I have all of these. Because I'm gonna convert them into a book using just the 5 tiles. And the cover of the 5 tile box. Steph is showing you guys the box. So basically, the idea is the box becomes a booklet with 5 tiles, so you can store up to 31 tiles. I think 31 is probably the max though. Steph.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Steph has my prototype with her. If you look at her screen, you actually I think she took it apart, so it's not fully functional yet. But the
So you
idea
can
is to
see.
use the cover as an upcycled, or rather use the box as an upcycled cover. I can't speak today. Okay, so that was my sample set. I have with me here, okay, so this was my week 1 live. Let me see. Am I holding it right, Steph?
Yeah.
I'm a bit confused today. Yeah, so this is week 1 FYIC. So this is a 2022 string. Yeah, 2022 string.
021
Okay,
oh dear.
and then I know, right? Yeah, and then well, I confess I'm on medication, so the headache was so bad, Steph, and the neck ache was so bad, Steph, that I had to take medication for that. I usually don't self-medicate. I don't take painkillers, but it got so bad this week that I had to. So this is my week 2. So my week 2 with the what seeds, the 4 bijou tiles, what seed string. I'm not sure how much you can see, but I've actually put in grey jelly roll at the back. So to give it like a kind of like a depth with layers. And my lilies became an Aruna. And I think this is Nida. So I put 4 Nida together.
That's nice.
And this is Bales. And I can't remember what this one was. Yeah. So it's kind of, yeah. It was a very flat tile, and then I shaded, or rather I washed it with ink. So it was a Lindy's Magicals tile that was kind of like just blue. And I sort of added green layers to it. Okay, so that's week 2. And then for week 3, I went a bit crazy. I say crazy because the contrast is kind of hard to catch on camera. So this is my week 3 piece. Again, it's Lindy's Gang, but this time with a gold shadow pen. So this time with a pink gold shadow pen. I think that because it was a pink gold shadow, it kind of like blended in a bit too well. So I had to use like white highlights. And I think that this one was actually washed with ink as well to create like a sort of gradient in color. But I can't really remember what colors I used for that. And this one has Psy and Moonberry and the FYIC string. So this is week 3. And week 4, so this is week 4. This is Strata 500 tile. I think this one was a Vision tile. Yeah, Strathmore Vision. So larger than normal. It's kind of like a postcard size tile. And this time we had a regular tile and a bijou tile, and we played with Nucky and sharpens. So this was sharpens, and then we did gemstones. Mine is kind of like too shiny to be it looks more like a marble actually, or like a glass pebble than anything else. So that was and that was M 3M, no, 2M 3F. Yeah, 2M 3F
2M3F.
by Sandy Kelly Jones.
Yes.
And
3 flux.
I think Gamusinos is like hiding in the back.
Oh.
So yeah, I tried to sort of like put in as many as possible. And then this is Naki. And of course, somehow Dilys also stuck in. So I had a Dilys here. This tile was pretty much colored already. I only just added shadows. So it's a very colorful tile. Not sure how much you can see, but this was week 4. And so these are my 4 FYIC pieces. I don't know what I'll do with them. I'll think about it. And I have a work in progress one. So moving away my top. So I have a work in progress one that is kind of really shameful because it's not even half done. Yeah, it's not even half done. And I made a lot of mistakes. So this is me trying to mindfully tangle my way through January, but making a lot of mistakes along the way. And also because I think what it was is that I actually forgot that I should be changing the pen to a thicker nib. So I started out with a 01 for the black. But when I put down the brown, I used 05. So I was kind of like confused for a while because I was struggling to get it to look the same, right? And then I realized that the pen nibs were different size. I mean, for me, I have pens of different sizes. It's just that at that moment, when the urge to tangle strikes, I sometimes don't have my full stash of pens with me. So I just grab whatever I have, and most of the time it's a 01 that's black. And then, for brown, sometimes I just grab the wrong one and it's a 05. And then I kind of just try to stick with it. So I guess it will all come together pretty well anyway, and I probably shouldn't worry so much. So that is my incomplete piece that I would like to finish at some point. Not sure when. It's kind of like a very busy year already. So we'll see how much we get through. But I think I will be able to finish by February, hopefully. I have a lot of squiggles on the back. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna put this aside for now. Okay.
Sadly, Susan is not bad.
So which of your pieces is your favorite one, Steph? The ones that
Which
you
of
showed
my
us.
pieces?
Mm.
Which of my pieces? I quite like the first tile that I did actually, the black and white. This one. This one is like very different from my usual style. It's like very structured. So you can see actually there's a lot of
Which one is
straight
that?
lines, right? So black and
I
white.
think I'm dying. Oh, I see it. Yeah, it's very not your usual.
Right.
You're right.
There's like a frame that's drawn around it. There's like a lot of angles, and there's like a wall
Steph
kind
doesn't
of.
like linear lines.
Yeah, I
So
don't.
this is really,
Like
this is really
even
the first time I'm seeing her draw like a straight grid.
even like this other tile where it's like all linear tangles, you can see that it's still curved. Right?
How is it curved? Where?
Yeah, there's like a slight slant to each of the ribbon.
Oh, you mean the yellow one? Okay, I see it now.
Yeah. So this was very different from my usual style, the black and white. So I think it's one of my favorite. Very outside my comfort zone. And it turned out very nicely. Yeah.
I
Which
think
one's here?
when Well, I don't know about this one because I'm so far off the grid, right, for this one. Well, it started well and then it sort of tanked. So I'm not sure how I feel about this one. But if I manage to salvage it, it might become my favorite one. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. I get you. I get
Usually
you.
usually the ones that really make you struggle end up to be the
Yeah,
ones
yeah.
that you really remember.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
kind of like the problem kid in school that the teachers always pick on, and then after that they have
Yes.
like the best relationship with the teacher.
Yeah, I get
you
you. I
know
get you.
yeah, so it could be that, or I do like this one very much actually. This is weak force. Yeah, I like weak force.
That was nice.
It's kind of flows very well.
Mm.
Not on purpose. Oh, my cat just sneezed. Do you hear that?
Oh, bless you.
Yeah, the both of them have been sneezing the whole day, so I'm kind of like afraid to go near them because I don't want to pass them anything I might have. Yeah, so I kind of like this one because it has a lot in terms of color. I painted this like probably last year actually, some time ago, not recent. Yeah, so it has a lot of color and one of my better pieces, I think, more cohesive. Yeah. So probably this and the weird one that I'm still going to get done. Yeah. So that's how this is.
So sad that Susan is not online. Otherwise, she could show us her
Well, she could
tiles.
still show us her pieces later. Like she can still post them on Instagram.
Yes. Yeah, and you can too if you're watching us live or a recording of this session. We'd love to see all of your artworks. You can post them in our Facebook group, 7F5 Challenge, or you can go to this link. And you can, of course, tag us on Instagram. Our studio's profile is 7 Forest 5 Rivers with the 7 and the 5 being numerals. And then Debbie is tangled.pursuits. I'm halfpen_rojo, and Susan is susanyo.czt. So tag us so that we can look at your tiles and ooh and ah at the beautiful artworks that you create for FYIC 2022.
Yeah, don't forget to
Yeah.
tag the hashtag as well so that people can visit
Yes.
you.
Hashtag
So you never
FYIC
know, you
2022.
might make a new pen
New friend.
friend.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. That's happened to me quite a number of times now, actually. Yeah. I'm just
Wonderful
gonna
love
add
internet.
more. So I was using a white jelly roll pen, and then now I switched out to sort of like the 08 just to change up the nib size. It was an afterthought. I should have done that earlier actually. Yeah. And I think for me also, I think that sometimes when we use the hashtag, it sort of makes you feel like you're part of a community that's worldwide. Yeah, you don't have to be a person's friend or follow that person just to watch the hashtag, which actually is a lot more convenient to see the entire collection than way back when we were like doing the Diva challenge.
I think
For
it's also
example.
like it creates a virtual mosaic because if you go to the hashtag, you get to see everyone's tile all in one place, right? So that's also like a cool feature.
Maybe we can like feature some of the mosaics. So I featured some of the completed pieces as well as some of the in-progress pieces in some of my reels this past FYIC. But I can't actually feature them all because there were so many. And I say that with a lot of gratitude because every time when I share to my stories and save them to my highlights, I'm surprised that I'm going through my highlights so fast. So I have like I think I have 8 highlights now for FYIC.
Wow.
And that is incredible because I don't think I even had like 2 last year. So that's how much it has grown. I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really astounded at how popular this has become and also very grateful. So I think, shall I move on to the next question or do you want to wait a little bit more?
You can if you want to.
Okay, so what? Oh, okay.
I've done my tile.
Go ahead.
So I think I'm going to move on to another tile so that I can continue tangling along. I started a Roku. She has this line of tiles that she has, sorry, Maru's not Roku. Roku is the hexagonal one. I think I have it somewhere. Hold on, let me show you. Yeah, so she
Okay,
has this line.
Roku means 6.
Ah, okay, I didn't know. Then what does
Roku
Maru mean?
means 6. So Roku is hexagon, right? So Roku
Right,
means
right.
6. And Maru means circle or round.
Oh.
Yeah, so Maru is round. And then Roku is hexagon, so 6.
Yeah,
That's how you remember that.
Okay, thank you. So she has
Okay.
this line of tiles that she sells, and then Debbie got some for us. So I thought like since the ladybug was her fragment, right? It was Shei's fragment. I thought it'd be nice to use one of the tiles for it. So that's what I've been working on this morning. So here it is, and I will probably continue on it and then hopefully finish it by the end of this session. Yeah, go ahead. What question were you gonna ask, Debbie?
Okay, so this is more of like well, it's kind of personal, but then not quite because we post all our art anyway, right? Regardless, right? So
Right.
even the personal art that I just paused my tangling to grab a bijou because I think I want to put
What's it?
seed in my
Nice.
towel. So yeah, that was why I paused.
There was a
Yeah,
jingling
so
sound.
sorry. Yeah, that was my organizer, my little bujo thingy going. Yeah, so the question actually was, what do you plan to do for tangling, or for anything art related, for February?
For February, I think I will. So talking about collection, yeah, that's a good question. That segues into
Collection.
something I'm working on. Yeah, you talk about collection, right? And then I was looking at like some of the FYIC tiles that were featured, and some people like tinted batches that seemed similar but not quite the same. So I started this whole like collection of like circles. You should have seen, I think, 2 that I completed during FYIC. Yeah, so that was the yellow and blue one. And then I made like some other colored ones. So there's a red, brown, and a blue. So I thought like, oh, once I finish them, it'll be like a little collection of like circular artworks, I guess, on like a smaller. They're not quite regular sized tile. They're a bit slightly taller, so they're more rectangular-ish than squares. But I thought they were cute. And then I've also
What paper is that?
it's
What paper
the
is that?
you know the one at Art Friend that comes in the little packets.
Art Friend.
Yeah. The one that look like
Art
masks.
Friend that comes in packets. Oh, okay.
The packets that look like
The
masks. Yeah.
Potentate or something like that.
Potentate.
Yeah.
So
No,
funny.
that's the name of the brand. I'm not joking, Steph. That's the name of the brand.
Okay.
You are
And then-
horrible.
And then the tile, Debbie gave me like a piece of paper.
gonna take
What
it
brand
back.
was it?
You know what I said? I said I'm going to take
I
it
didn't
back.
see. Can. Yeah, she gave me a piece of paper that cut down into like smaller sizes. So these are like rectangular size. I tinted them over the weekend. Yeah, so lots of fun. I think I'm working more on like little mini collections, I guess, like 3 or 4 or 5 tiles that have
I think the
similar
one that you're
style.
holding is Canson, Steph. Canson?
Canson. Right.
Yeah,
You give me a
Canson.
piece,
And
right?
it's
It's
pretty
quite large.
expensive.
Yes.
It's expensive paper.
So I tint them nicely. Look, I do nice things with the tiles that
Oh
you
my
gave me.
goodness.
Yeah. So that's what I plan to work on over February. Try to create like mini collections that have like a similar core theme but are not like planned to look the same.
What's a
They're not-
similar core theme?
So like these are like blobs, right?
These
Then
are like blocks.
yeah, these 5 tiles.
Oh,
like
you mean the
circle.
circular blocks?
Right.
Okay,
Then the paper that you gave me is like they have like hard edges as a frame. Right? So I could like work on them that way. And then they will sort of look similar-ish but not quite the same. So that's my idea for upcoming projects. Yeah. What about you? Are you gonna finish the one that you showed us just now?
Yeah, so I'm trying to finish that one, right? But I think I will also be doing, I might not have time for Tangle, but I am still admiring everyone's work. I think this year is kind of like too hectic for me to sort of like squeeze in Tangle. But I am kind of enjoying the calm for the moment. I'll see how I feel like in the later part of February. But that said, we are also going back to our regular broadcasts of Tea and Tangle Tuesday prompts, as well as the fortnightly prompts. So if you are with us on the Facebook group, throughout the year we actually run like prompts for Zentangle. We have different kinds. So different kinds, not everything will fit you, so you don't have to actually do everything. But then if you want to do everything, you can as well. So it's kind of open like that, and there are no sort of like no time limits because it's self-directed, and you get to pick and choose the ones that you want. So starting with this pink towel, which is actually the fortnightly theme for February, the first half of February. So pink, and then I'm also working on Deb Boyer's challenge. And I think I have a today's tangle, keeping it classic towel somewhere that I've never finished. So I might grab that one. I don't have it with me, I think. Let me just check. Yeah, so I might grab that one and then figure that one out. I'm also doing a swap with one of our friends. And so because she's so talented, I feel a bit of a pressure sort of like to match her talent. I've been tinting tiles as well. So I was at the studio last week after our class on Saturday, trying to tint tiles. I don't think I brought them home though. I don't have them with me here. Yeah, but I have a couple of older ones like that. So these were from a previous tinting session. These ones are a bit tricky to use because of the amount of mica in them, but I'll figure something out eventually. So I might jump into the Tangle, depends on how much time I have, or I might have to skip this year. If I do skip this year, this will be like the first year I've really skipped, because I've been playing with Tangle for many years as well. So I probably will try to finish some of my work in progress tiles, as well as work on some new ones. And I think I have a few quad 5 tiles on the horizon as well. So we'll see how that goes, because they take quite a bit of time. Maybe I should cycle or convince Stephanie to do like the 5 tile. Like a double 5 tile. It's not that hard actually. The amount of tangling is not that it's not a lot. It's not overwhelmingly a lot.
Okay.
Why is it such a oh no thing? Why? Tell me.
Like so much tangling.
Why is it so much tangling though?
I don't know, it just seems like a big project. My leg numb.
Actually, it's not because the actual tangling space is actually very small. It's like a cheat sheet, So let me grab one. So you guys have seen the brown one, and I have a grey one with me that's part. Well, it's almost done, but it's not quite. So the actual tangling space is actually very small. It's kind of like the towel has a large footprint, but if you're following the string, right, you can't really go wrong because that's all there is.
We do a traveling file project.
What's a traveling file project?
The one that you
mean
do
2 or
halfway.
4?
I take, then I go draw. Then it will be like a.
So do you mean 2 or 4? Because I have the 4 and I think I have the 2 as well. Do I have it here?
Do you have it here?
I might bring out everything.
Yeah, man.
Do I have it here? No, I don't know. I don't think I have
Lost.
here.
Keep too well already.
No. Well, if I lose that one, I would cry because that one
So
was
poor thing.
really it took so much out of me to complete. I don't know
Somewhere.
where it is. It is that I think it's in the other folder. I don't think I have it.
What, studio?
Yeah. Well, if you do it, if you do I just dropped something. If you do a double, sorry, like very messy here. Sorry. Yeah. So if you do like a double, you can do it this way or linear. Do you want to do a double or a quad? I don't mind swapping. If that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Why don't you sound convinced? You sound
I try to convince myself first. Yeah. You know, like how Debbie mentioned just now, she said she's swapping with someone who's like the person draws very well, so she feels a bit pressured. Kind of like that, you know? Debbie tangles very well. And then
well, you tangle very well as well, what?
So,
You tangle
I
very
think,
well
I
as
think
well.
our styles look different, that's the thing. Yours is very dainty
So
and
what?
detailed. Mine is like very
So
big.
what?
This is like the first time in weeks I'm using a 0.1 micron, Debbie. I'm like so
That's
pleased.
not my problem.
I feel like the Maru tile very small. If I use a 0.5, it's gonna be like 2 tangles and I'm done. So I'm like, never mind, let me switch over to my old one.
Yeah, she does. She it's true actually. She does tangle very large. So having like a big pen really minimizes the amount of drawing. So she's kind of lazy in that way lah, probably.
Yes.
Like purposely one, it's like choose the thicker pen, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Well,
well, if you think about it, right? If you use grabbing the tiles again, right? If you use like a very thick pen, you don't have much drawing to do for the fire tile. So why are you panicking?
Okay, we do.
Oh, she also hates vertigo.
Hate vertigo, why? Is there? Oh,
You don't like vertigo, right? Or did
don't
I
like
get it wrong?
vertigo. Yeah.
Yeah, she
It's
doesn't
very
like
hard to
vertigo.
match
So
it
when
under
this
tangle.
tile, when I grab this tile, she probably hates it secretly on the inside.
Yo, it's not asking me to draw, it's okay. Okay.
Yeah, but well, we can think about whether we should do like a a double or a quad. But I kind of gravitate towards the quad though, because when you are done, right, it just looks so nice. I don't know, you know what I mean or not lah. I just assume.
It looks more professional.
No, it kind of like feels more like a masterpiece.
Right.
The double feels like it's incomplete.
Like a small mini project.
Yeah.
And then?
Kind of like that.
Yeah, and then?
Yeah, it's kind of like okay, good, very nice.
Good for you.
And then you're like, okay, yeah, I know, yeah. It's just the kind of like the incompleteness, you know. Yeah, so I kind of prefer the quad 5. I'm just going to go back to my tile because I realized that I'm like not even done. Instead, it's like doing a second tile.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I think I could do a third tile maybe.
I really don't like use that.
This is very small. No, the tile is very small. No, and to be fair, I started this morning.
She's trying to rub it in.
No, I'm not. I didn't mean it that way.
Yeah, am I saying that I'm like struggling and
Poor thing.
She gave me this flu bug.
Didn't mean to though.
Slow. Already very slow, and then now even more slow. Yeah, even slower. Yeah.
What's your next question, Debbie?
Well, I actually planned for only 4 questions because I thought that, because we are showing our art, so I wanted to give Susan and Stephanie more time to talk about their art. But because Susan, I think she sort of like had tech issues and she got disconnected. So because of that, we actually have a bit more time. So I'll let you ask me a question instead. How about that?
Before I ask a question, I would like to.
So is that a yes or no?
Yeah, can. I'll ask you a question. But before that, I want to answer a question that was asked in a previous session that I didn't get to answer. And then Susan and Debbie were like laughing at me about it. Remember
I thought you answered it in the end. You did answer in the end though.
I did. Did I?
Yeah, you did. You did because we
Okay.
didn't allow you to KIV it because we know that you won't come back to it.
Oh, okay. That's
So
good.
we actually got it out of you. But you want to answer now, can lah.
Yeah. So
Why
the
not?
question was, what's your favorite project from 2021 that you would like to do again this year? But I misunderstood the question. Later when I was talking to Susan about it, then I figured out that I misunderstood the question. So my answer to that question would be CZPAE, which is a very simple answer. But at the point of time, I was like,
So you want
I
to
heard
do
it.
CZTAE again? Is that
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you're
yeah.
saying?
So I understood the question as
Which
something
part?
new. Something new that you would do, like that you did in 2021 that you would like to do again. But then it's not, you didn't ask for something new. You just asked for a project. I'm like, oh, okay. Misunderstood it. Yeah. So that's my answer. Anyways,
Well,
moving
this is very typical because she never gets it when I tell her things.
well, at least I figured it out. It's okay.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Had to
Yeah.
have Susan
And then,
translate. Yeah. Okay, question.
yeah,
What kind of
man. And
question?
we're both speaking the same language, you know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
A question.
Hi,
What do you
good
want it to
morning.
be? You want it to be related to like a casual question or art question?
I don't know. Well, it also can be a semi-personal question. I don't mind.
Semi-personal question. Okay.
Yeah.
So Debbie is moving house, which
Okay. Here we
for
go.
anyone who has moved house, you know how stressful it is. For those who have not moved house, I envy you.
I think she's getting back at me.
No, I'm not. It's a good question. So far in
How
the
is
moving
that a good question?
in
Okay.
the moving house process, I know there's been hiccups lah, as with all things in life. Not all is smooth sailing. But what has been your favorite part so far, or like favorite thing that you're looking forward to in the
Oh,
house move? If you got no favorite part so far,
okay.
maybe like you
So
can
a
project into
little
the
bit of
future.
context.
Right.
Okay, so a little bit of context, right, into this whole thing, right? Why I sound so jaded is because we actually bought this house. Okay, we actually bought this house in 2016. So it's
Wow.
like 6 years ago. Right. So it was due to be ready in the end of 2019 actually. Right. So we were
Then what
told
Poor thing.
by the authorities. So in Singapore, a lot of the housing is actually government subsidized housing. Most of us live in high rise, built by the government. So it's kind of like 80%, I think, of the population lives in government subsidized housing. It's kind of different to the rest of the world where most of it is private property. We do have private property. We have a lot of investment properties, private properties. It's just that the population, about 80% of us live in public housing.
We're a land
So
scarce country.
I actually booked this flat, this house, this apartment in 2016. So 6 years have passed, and we find ourselves in the middle of a pandemic. So
Wonderful.
selling our current place in a pandemic has been
A journey.
has been one thing after another and not good things. So I've been really stressed the entire 2021 just because my other apartment, or my current apartment, had been sold, and that meant moving our art studio again for the second time, was it second time? Yeah, for the second time. So we have a third studio, so Studio 3.0, yeah. And after moving that, we had to put the apartment on the market. So putting the apartment on the market, I will not repeat myself too many times because I think I talked about this in a previous live show already. So I probably won't repeat that. But it also has a lot of challenges that actually affect the taking over of the new flat. So there are a lot of rules and there are a lot of things, and a lot of things that can't be foreseen during a pandemic and stuff like that. And of course, how many houses do we sell in a lifetime, right? So this is the first house that I'm selling in my lifetime, which is lifetime of 40 years. It's my 40th year. And it's kind of case where everything that goes wrong or can go wrong will go wrong, you know. So in a way, it's not that we were caught totally unprepared, but a lot of the things that we take for granted, in the past before the pandemic hit, things like, shipping in, ordering stuff for the new house, stuff like that used to be a breeze compared to now, especially when there are logistic issues, and also rising costs, inflation issues, stuff like that. So it's been a really big challenge. And frankly speaking, I would say that I've not recovered from any of this yet. I'm still going through it. I would say that the best thing right now would be the fact that we're just one step closer. Does that, because we've been on this path for so long. We're on this path for 6 years. To wait for something so long and then have a pandemic in between is just really no joke. But that can only mean that we are getting closer to our goal. And closer to sort of financial freedom, because I'm actually exchanging a more expensive mortgage for a much cheaper one and a bigger space for a smaller one, except for the location, which isn't that fantastic as compared to my current location. So I guess just being one step closer is making things a little bit more bearable, because for the longest time things were stalled, things were stuck, right? And when things are stuck, you kind of like, it's like neither here nor there, like some of the stuff. So you can't actually plan for the new place, because your current place is like still trying to be sold and stuff. You can't exactly pack as well. So I did try to start packing, because my husband is not very good at packing. And neither was Stephanie. So basically, I've been packing the entire year away.
Yes.
2021, like just packing and unpacking and unpacking again, and then now I'm packing again. So, and then when I move, I'm going to unpack again. So that's my life. Not exactly complaining though, because at least things are moving forward. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that when things are moving, it's easier lah. If things are completely at a stalemate, then that's very difficult on my psyche, as well as it's hard to remain positive whenever something goes wrong, and they have been going wrong. So just being able to be moving is something that I'm enjoying in itself. And also, I guess, seeing the plans that we have. We had to change a lot of plans. We had to change almost all our plans, actually, because of the pandemic, because of the timing of things, because the pandemic actually put a dent in our available budget as well. So, and then of course things are more expensive now than they were ever. So there are a lot of cost issues that we never sort of foresee. Well, you can't really foresee certain things. You know how it used to be when people say that, oh, you should plan 5 years ahead.
Yeah.
Who the heck came up with that, right? I don't think it's relevant anymore. I don't think it's relevant anymore, because like, unless you're studying for a degree, and then there are like 5 years to the degree or something. I don't think you can even foresee 5 months right now, right? Because like 5 months could be a new wave or another lockdown or something of that sort. So that is what I'm grateful for, that we're moving forward. I'm also grateful that we managed, although the timing is so off and everything, we kind of managed to fit it into a semi-lull period. Would you call it a semi-lull period though, Steph? I think Steph doesn't agree. Do you agree?
I think it's a good thing. Like some people, like you said, at one of the team meetings, some people don't even have a business to run anymore because of COVID, right? At least
Yeah,
we have things to do, so it's
yeah.
no
So it's
complaints.
not a
No complaints.
complaint. Yeah, it's not a
Yeah,
complaint. It's just a reflection, I
correct,
guess.
correct,
And
correct.
and and also it's like, like with running a business, there are a lot of risks lah, right?
Mm,
And we've managed to stay the course for this long. It's not been easy, but we've kind of like grown closer as a team actually, I think.
mm,
Yeah, yeah. So I'm kind of grateful that I now have people in my life that will actually bother to stick around.
mm.
So I never had that, or never had much of that. So I think I'm thankful for that as well. Um, yeah, I think that makes a big difference actually, because when you have people who will stick around with you, right, then you can go the distance.
Mm.
Mm, yeah. Does that answer your questions there?
Yes. And I think with that, we should wrap up the live.
Yeah.
It's currently 4:30 p.m. in Singapore. Thank you so much if you stuck around throughout the entire session. If you're watching the
Yeah.
live session, we appreciate your presence. When we tangle
Maybe you
along.
want to close by telling them about the 5-house project and how to unlock it.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to close.
So, basically, if you appreciate the effort that they put into the handouts, there's multiple handouts. You can always go to look for the FYIC blog post on our blog, 7f5r.com. It's very easy to find. Yeah, you can download it and you can still, of course, continue tangling along with the daily prompts for FYC, even if we're not in January anymore. You can post your tiles in the 7F5R challenge group on Facebook. Also tag us on Instagram. But if you appreciate the effort that Debbie put into these handouts,
Well,
and
what's
also
a team effort?
yeah,
What's a
that
team
she
effort?
that she would what do you call it? Go on your social media and like all your posts and make comments. Like that takes time out of her
Stalk
day,
you.
right? That's stalk. I was gonna. That's
Just
the
stalk.
word that
Yeah.
came out in my head. Like
Yeah.
stalk you. I'm like,
Well, I won't take offense. I won't take offense.
not very nice.
Maybe
Yeah.
some people might take offense, but I
Yeah,
won't.
maybe. Yeah. So
Yeah. I mean,
she
I only have that much energy, so I will only stalk you for January lah.
yes. So if you're wondering who's this person, Tangled Dot Pursuits, that's like
Yeah, this
keep
weird
liking
person.
all of my posts. Oh, who's this person? Yeah, this is
Yeah.
Debbie. Hi. Yeah, and yeah, she always leaves very thoughtful comments on everyone's posts. I've seen the amount of effort that she put into making this challenge very welcoming and very informative for everyone. A lot of people message me asking like, oh, so what's a fragment? I see like this fragment thing going around Facebook and
Fragment
Instagram.
thing going
What's it about?
around.
Yeah. Like they'll see tiles featuring fragments. It's like, what's fragment? What's reticulus? I'm like, yeah, Debbie made this really great hangout. Yeah, so if you appreciate what she did, you can donate to Ko-fi. So it's ko-fi.com/Debbie.
Well, you can also donate to Steph and Susan.
No, please, just
because they
donate it.
also contributed to they also
In
contributed.
a very, very
So
small way. I think Debbie deserves most of
I
it.
think the live show is important also because that's where you guys learn the how we draw the fragments and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it's also a learning journey.
Yeah. So anyways, if you donate to Ko-fi, Debbie actually went the extra mile and made a downloadable PDF tutorial that teaches you
Oh
how
yes,
to
it's
create this.
printable.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I was thinking myself. Like you can print it if you want to. Save the trees, keep a digital copy. And it'll teach you how
for
to
some
create.
people it's easier to see,
Fair enough.
Yeah,
it
for
teaches you
some
how to
people
create.
they really need it to be printed. Yeah.
The PDF tutorial teaches you how to create this very cute little tile project where it's like a little booklet inside of. If you ever bought 5 tiles from Zenith Ink, they come in these little packs, but of course it's not so thick. Like Debbie mentioned earlier in today's live, basically the most is you can fit is this amount of tiles. more and then you'll be too fat already.
I
You
think
cannot
because the
proceed.
original one is 21 tiles.
Yeah, so this is really
I mean
mixing now
the box was originally
for
meant to
21
hold like 21 tiles. Yeah.
with some breathing
Yeah.
room. So this is no breathing room. This is we squash
And then
everything
you still
inside.
have to let out the seam. You still have to
Yeah.
let out the seam. So it's like overgrown
Yeah.
project.
But it's a very cute little project where like if you it's not even just for FYC, you know, you can tangle in it and then you can keep all of your tiles inside one little space. It's very cute. So that if you like to
I think Steph, you have to finish yours and then people can see
can
what you
show
mean. Because from here it just looks like a bunch of
empty
blanks. Yeah.
tiles. Yeah, so it's a very nice little project. So if you donate to her Ko-fi, you get this little printable as a bonus. Yeah, she's worked very hard on FYIC, and it's always good to support creatives. Yeah.
Well, my team also worked very hard. I gave them a hard time doing the live shows so that you guys have some entertainment, you know. But we do talk like that, so we really do
Yes.
talk like that, even in person when we meet, which will be happening this Saturday. Right, Steph?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're going to see her this Saturday. We're going to see Susan and everyone this Saturday. So
Yeah, and like
that's just
Debbie,
us.
yeah, and like Debbie mentioned just earlier on this session, the 7F5R challenge would still continue to host weekly and fortnightly challenges. So don't leave the group, or if you haven't joined the group, you know it's not too late to join and continue on your tangling journey. We'll still post challenges, just not daily challenges. Rather, it's more weekly and fortnightly. Yeah. So do join us. You can find us at 7F5R Challenge on Facebook, or you can just follow this link. And yeah, we'll still be here on Instagram next week for our Instagram live session, 2:45 p.m. Singapore time on Wednesday. And I will be featuring the 7F5R challenges instead of the FYIC, because FYIC has technically wrapped up, but we hope you enjoy it. And please also still continue to tag us even if you continue on playing with the fragments into February and March or whatever month of the year it is. We always love to see your artworks. Yeah, once again, the studio is our studio account is 7 Forest 5 Rivers. Debbie is tangled.pursuits. I am halfpen_will draw. And Susan, who joined us at the start of the session and suddenly disappeared because of tech issues, yeah, she is susanyeo.czk.
Not on purpose.
Yeah, not on purpose. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is in your place. We enjoy tangling with you guys, and we enjoy seeing what you create as well. Thank you so much. Hope to see you again next week.
Thank you. See you soon.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.